Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Love It or List It, the series on my channel where I attempt to renovate the default EA lots into something a little bit nicer, a little bit more Dr. Ashley approved. You guys know the drill. So today we are renovating a very special apartment. It is one of the apartments in the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack. So this apartment is called the Stonestreet Apartment number 3. So I believe this apartment complex resides in, I think it's called Glacier Park or something. It's one of the 3 neighborhoods that comes with the new Eco Lifestyle expansion pack. The world is called Evergreen Harbor. I believe this one is called Glacier Park, if I'm not mistaken. It's the neighborhood that already comes pre-green or eco, if you know what I mean. There's one neighborhood that comes as industrial, one is neutral, and one is already green. This is the one that's already green. So that's what I'm renovating today, and I'm actually doing something a little bit different, as you can tell right off the bat. So usually when I furnish in general, my style is very open concept, very modern. I don't put hallways. It's just very, neutral and open concept, really. That's really my vibe. But I did build this home, or I did renovate this on stream on Twitch, and a lot of you guys in the chat suggested I make it a little bit more kind of traditional in terms of the floor planning and section things off a little bit more, add in a hallway and stuff like that. So I decided to challenge myself a little bit and do a little bit more floor planning than I usually do, which is something I'm not super comfortable with, but you guys know that I'm always trying to challenge myself and push my design style further, so that is what I did today. So you can see that I've kind of floor planned it out a little bit. How I went about tackling this is I put a little entrance area in the front, which I'm decorating right now, making it kind of like a little foyer or whatever it is, mudroom, I'm not really sure, just a little entrance area where they will hang up their coats, put on their shoes, look in the mirror, drop their keys off, etc., etc. And then it leads to a hallway, and then the hallway has all the bedroom doors, and then at the end of the hallway it kind of opens up into the kind of common kitchen, living, dining space. So you'll see me do that later in the build, but that's kind of the extent of my floor planning, and I usually would not do this. So if you guys are new to my channel, usually I have more of a very open concept kind of floor planning style. So this is definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I will say that I really, really love how this apartment renovation turned out. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I'm really happy that I kind of did something a little bit different. So a little bit of backstory about who lives in this apartment. So we decided that this apartment was going to be a 3-bedroom and 2-bathroom apartment. But here's the kicker. So it is a single dad who has 2 twin daughters, and the twin daughters share a room, but the 3rd bedroom actually belongs to the single father's mother. So the grandmother lives with them. I've never done a build that has, I think, like the grandparents or a grandparent living with them. So I thought that it would be kind of cool to have, a room for the grandma. I don't think I've ever furnished a home for an elder sim in my life. I don't think so, at least. So this is going to be the first time that I've done kind of an elder sim room, but it's really, really small. So this is clearly a apartment that's more meant to be a 2-bedroom apartment, but then they had like an office or a den or a closet, and the grandmother wanted to move in with them, so they're like, okay, let's just turn this office into a bedroom. So the grandma's bedroom isn't super ideal. There's no window. It's pretty small, but I figured that that's just the story of this family. They didn't have a 3-bedroom, they just had a 2-bedroom plus den, and they just converted it for the grandmother or for his mom. So I do really like how it turns out, so you'll see that later. But here you can see we are done the kind of entrance area, and I wanted to make it feel super cluttered. I put a lot of clothes racks or coat racks, different shoe racks and stuff like that. I hung up their little backpacks on it just to make it feel like it's an area that they, store a lot of their stuff in, and it just gets a little bit messy. Family homes sometimes can get a little bit messy and things are kind of just thrown everywhere and a little bit squishy, so I wanted to kind of illustrate that in that little front room there. So here I'm working on the 2 twin toddler bedrooms. I did end up using the new toddler bed from the Eco Lifestyle pack, and I must say that that bed is really, really pretty. We haven't, I mean, I don't think that the toddler beds we had before were necessarily anything, outstanding. They're usable, they're functional, they're nice, but these ones definitely are a huge step up from what we had before. Super, super pretty with the cool kind of like canopy top part. I don't really know if that's what it's called, and the swatches are really pretty too. Nice neutral tones with light pops of color in the bedspreads, so nothing too crazy or loud. Very muted colors and very usable colors, so really good for a nice toddler room like this. So I did give each toddler kind of like a different bed sheet spread or duvet cover looking thing, but they do complement each other quite nicely. I did give them the new Eco Lifestyle kind of cardboard dollhouse, which we thought would be cool, as if the dad had crafted it for them, because maybe they're short on cash, or they once were short on cash, so he made do with what they had and made them a dollhouse instead. Obviously this family isn't super strapped for cash now. Their home is quite nice, but at the time, maybe they were. So you never know. But I did use a lot of cool, fun, colorful items in this room. I used those cool curtains from, I think it's the bowling stuff pack, which is crazy because I don't think I particularly love anything from bowling, at least not from the top of my head. But those curtains are very nice, very colorful, and really nice in a bedroom like that. That's really fun. And then I did, of course, put my favorite City Living fluffy rug on the ground, because I figured the toddlers would like to play on the ground and they need a nice fluffy carpet for that. So that's pretty much it for that room. Really fun, really pretty. I don't usually love doing kids' bedrooms just because you guys know I don't really love color, but I think that room turned out very darling and very cute. And I do like pink, so I do like that room because pink is my favorite color. But here you can see we are doing the grandma's bedroom, like I said. So it is super small, but I am really happy with what we were able to fit in this. We thought that the grandma would be someone who loves books, and she's just been collecting books for her whole life, and she loves reading. So I used this little kind of side table thing from Cats and Dogs. It's kind of like a trunk or a luggage with a bunch of books stacked on top, and then we just complemented that with more books and just stacked them on top of each other. And I thought that it would be funny if the grandma kind of like moved her stuff in, so she would brought her kind of tacky looking dresser that's painted and stuff like that, and she just brought a lot of her clutter into this room to kind of make it her own, her favorite reading chair, so she can sit there and read her books. And you can see here that I ended up changing the wallpaper color to this more brighter toned, and I think that it completely changed the room. So I'm really happy I ended up doing that, because it was feeling really cramped and really dark with that dark blue wall color. And I know it's a small room, but it doesn't mean that it has to be like dark and dreary for grandma. Like, she needs a nice, bright, happy environment. Even though it's not the largest room in the world, I don't think she would mind. She's a happy person. She just needs her books. So we gave her a little bit of a brighter room. So I'm really happy we ended up doing that. And then here you can see we're just layering rugs here. I layered my favorite City Living fluffy rug along with the Laundry Day stuff pack ones, so it just gives the room a little bit more warmth, which I love. And I don't usually layer rugs, but I think in this situation I couldn't find one that really fit well, so I thought the layering worked nicely. Gave her a little mirror from, I believe that's from Get Together, and then this cute little clock that I've never used before. I thought that would have been a nice clock that maybe the grandma would have brought over to the home to hang up in her room, and it's like her favorite clock that she's had for so long. But yeah, that's a really small room, but I think that we got a lot of functionality and personality into that room in such a small space. So I am really happy with how that one turned out. Here you can see we are just working on the master bedroom. So again, what we had in mind was a single dad, but obviously if you do download this home, you don't have to make it a single dad. You can have, 2 parents, whatever you want. But the chat did decide that that would be a fun kind of storyline, so we did go along with that. By the way, if you do want to download this build, it is on the gallery. My origin ID is Dr_Ashley, and also I believe this build is going up Thursday, June 18th. So if you are watching this build on the day that it goes up, on Thursday, June 18th, I'm going to be live today on the front page of Twitch. I know I've been plugging that in every single video, but trust me, this is the last video I'm going to mention it, because this is the last time I'm going to be on the front page for this kind of front page program. So yeah, I'm going to be on the front page of Twitch today at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when my stream starts. That's 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you can make it out, it's going to be the last time I'm going to be on the front page for the foreseeable future. Hopefully that opportunity will come to me again, you know, in months to come or years to come. But yeah, if you do want to hang out and build something with me, submit photos for curb appeal and I can build them or whatever, come out. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I know a lot of you guys have been trying to make it out to the streams, and sometimes you do make it, and it makes me happy because it's fun hanging out with you guys. So that'll be the last time I talk about it, because it's the last time. But thank you guys all so much for the support you guys have been giving me on the streams. It's been so much fun to hang out with you guys and build with you guys and, you know, bounce ideas off you guys. Like things like this apartment wouldn't have been possible without your guys' input, because you guys have such great ideas. So thank you so much. But here you can see we are just cluttering up the bedroom a little bit more. Gave the dad a shelf and put a lot of trophies on it, kind of like he's really into fitness. He's really athletic. Obviously he works really hard. As a dad, you do work hard, or as a parent in general, you work really hard. He has a lot of like documentation and files and stuff on his dresser, because he, you know, brings his work home and sometimes has to work on extra stuff when he gets home and stuff like that. And then just gave him some little decorations on the wall, like posters, movie posters, maybe his favorite soccer team's jersey and stuff like that. So really just generic wall decor and stuff. You guys know the drill. Sometimes I do really want new wall decoration or wall decor ideas. Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of things to put on the wall, because you can only put so many paintings, you can only put so many mirrors. It would be nice if we could add some other kind of textures or things on the wall. So I think I might have to, you know, look on Pinterest and stuff and see how homes in real life decorate walls and make them interesting. But if you guys have any ideas, feel free to let me know down below. How do you change up your wall decor in The Sims? I think though in real life sometimes it doesn't look weird to have a blank wall, but for some reason when you're furnishing in The Sims, you feel this weird like pressure to put something on every wall. If there's like a blank wall, you kind of think, oh no, it's blank, it looks plain, it's unfinished. But in real life sometimes you have blank walls and it doesn't look that weird. So maybe I just need to get out of that mindset there. But here you can see we are doing some of the bathrooms, and it is a very colorful bathroom, like in terms of what I usually do. So I was kind of having a little bit of a meltdown, if you will, about the bathrooms, because they were so colorful. And usually I do very neutral bathrooms. I also, you guys know, I don't like furnishing bathrooms, so that's another thing. But the bathrooms are just functional. I gave them the nice big shower from Parenthood, just because there are toddlers, they do need to use the bathtub. So I did end up using those, and I pretty much did the same bathroom for both of them. I just copied the layout. So nothing new or creative there as usual. I don't really care about bathrooms. And then here you can see we're doing the kitchen, and we're doing something that I've never done with the kitchen, and that is sectioning it off. So you will never see Dr. Ashley close off a kitchen like this. I always put an island, I always make an open concept, but we were going for a little bit more of a traditional closed off floor plan. Maybe they came into this home, it was kind of gross and old, and then they renovated it slightly, but things like the kitchen they couldn't like knock down, so they kept the original layout. So I did end up sectioning off the kitchen, but kind of not, because I ended up just using a half wall here and some spandrels and some columns so that it feels like it's its own room, but it isn't quite closed off with a wall. So I think that's like a happy medium for me, is doing a half wall situation, which I think worked out nicely in this home, because I don't think I'm quite ready to close off my kitchens completely. So I think it looks quite nice, and you can kind of see into it. There's no island though, unfortunately. It is a very, very squishy, tiny kitchen, but I think that it really goes with the vibe of this family home. Kind of too many people crammed into an apartment, and there's clutter kind of all over the counters and stuff like that. So I do think it goes with the vibe. And then we did manage to have this cute little backsplash that added a nice pop of color there. So here you can see we are doing the kind of dining room area, and one of my subscribers, her name is M, she always has really great ideas in my stream, so she suggested that we use the dine out booth as kind of like a couch for the dining room. And it's just something fun because we've never really done it before, and I just want to change it up a little bit since we always just do like a traditional dining room. So I thought that the couch really fit nicely against that back wall of the kitchen, that kind of half wall situation, and it did come in a nice neutral color. And I've never used that dine out couch before. I think it's meant for like restaurants, obviously, but I think that it adds a fun little touch in this room. And I think since they do have kids and stuff, the kids would like to eat dinner and sit on that kind of booth style, kind of make it a little bit more fun for them. So yeah, I thought it was nice to experiment with something like that. And it's also a good way to put the dining room up against a wall, because the booth couch item kind of snaps to the wall, so it makes it look a little bit more natural because it's like it fits perfectly there. So yeah, I kind of like that idea. Feel free to use that idea if you guys want, and shout out to M for suggesting that. But here you can see we are doing the rest of the living room area. Again, this is a family-oriented apartment, so there's going to be a lot of kind of like kids things here and there. I ended up putting a toy box there underneath the TV, and that nice bookshelf from Parenthood where the kids will have their other toy storage, their books and stuff like that. And then in the back behind the couch here, I did like a little kids play area, which I thought was really cute, just because this home is for family. It's for family. It has 2 daughters and stuff, so they want somewhere they can play and have fun, and the grandma and the dad can keep an eye on them even while they're playing. So I put a little easel, which might be for more of an adult, but then I have the craft table, a little bookshelf, and these cute little poofs that I thought would be fun. I can picture the girls kind of sitting there and hanging out and watching TV while, you know, people are cooking and stuff like that. So it's just a nice little cute area at the back. Again, if you don't want to use that area for kids, feel free to just put like a desk or an office or something like that. I think that would be really nice too. But I thought we'd just change it up a bit since I haven't really done a really huge family oriented build before. I usually do very modern things, so this was definitely very different for me, but I really, really love how it turned out. I think that the sectioning off with the floor planning in the hallway and stuff really works well, and I think I'm going to try and do it more often just because it changes up the design style a little bit, and I'm always down to find new challenges. So besides that, I'm pretty sure the screenshot should be rolling, and I really hope that you guys did enjoy this build. If you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below whether or not you would love or list this renovation. And if you are available, don't forget to come out to one of my streams. I'll be on the front page later today. Come help me build. I would love to have your guys' input. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye everybody!